Hey guys, this is my entry video for TacticalJackalope's that 70s Tamiya build. For the people who aren't really paying attention to that, sort of tends to be more of a military crowd that follows Texas. Andy, TacticalJackalope. What the genre, the gag of this group build, because it's not a actual contest like the top speed build that we did with those guys back in March. This is just a group build, friendly, no competition. And the idea was to build vintage Tamiya kits. They had to be a kit that was tooled prior to 1985. Ideally, you wanted to get in that, that 70s range. There are a whole heck of a lot of automotive kits that are not race cars that Tamiya did back in those days. Now, of course, I could go full scale, or big scale, I guess I should say, and build that 1/12 scale Porsche 935 that I bought, that I finally have all the parts to. That was done in 1977 and as old as I am. But since that one is more of, well, not a career build, but it's sort of a long-term project that I would do absolutely right and not try to cram into a 3-month time frame, I'll just skip that, and we're going to go to the next oldest kit that I have, which is one, if you saw a recent acquisition video, I just picked up, and that is this, whoops, it's upside down, this Mercedes-Benz 500 SEC. My friends call it the Milk Toast Mercedes because of the fact that there's the Lorenzo tuner version of this that's a little bit, I don't want to say better, but it's a little bit tunier, a little more sporty. You see this was made in Japan in 1982. This is actually a original boxing of this kit. I think it's been reissued maybe 1, maybe 2 times since 1982, but this is an actual original 1982 kit, and without spilling stuff everywhere, because there's a whole bunch of like Cheetos packing peanuts in here, you see that the body's still in the plastic, if I can get the body back in here, and it's gonna be a pain in the tuchus, as my dad would say, to get anything else out of here without spilling everything. Anyway, it's not started, guys. You'll just have to trust me with that. Very cool little vintage Tamiya product showcase here, telling you kits that are going to be coming out in the future. But this gives you sort of an idea of what kits were available back in automotive kits were available back in 1982. Most of those F1 cars and stuff like that are 1/20th scale. The 1/24 scale stuff, I believe, would be this line right here, with the, I guess it's what, a Martini Porsche, the first gen 300ZX, the Lotus Super 7, and the Audi Quattro race car. I think mainly because the Audi Quattro street car came out a year later, or maybe a year, no, it was a year later in 1983. Yeah, all those F1 stuff is all in 1/20th scale. And then I got a bunch of vintage military kits here, so if you follow along with what the military guys are building, they're going to be building a lot of this stuff here, because that's what was available in the 70s and the 80s. And of course, there was there was motorcycles and other stuff. The whole point was it's got to be tooled prior to 1985. So, like the Mini Coopers are in that. There's a third gen Toyota Celica that's in that. There's a bunch of kits that Tamiya made prior to 1985 in the automotive realm. It didn't need to be an original boxing of it. It just had to be one of those that was tooled before it. I'd happen to find this one finally for what I was considered to be a decent price, which is $15. This is a model rectifier thing slapped on both ends of it, so I can't tell you what the end price of this was originally, but I feel that's a reasonable price for this kit. And this one will be our sort of secondary build that we have going on right now, because we have 2 group builds going on. The other is going to be the cancer awareness build. Check the next video or the previous video or one of the videos, however it's going to get posted, to see more details on that. This one has a longer time frame than the cancer awareness does on it, and plus we're still working on that Z4. So anyway, guys, we'll keep you up to date with that, and that's that for now. See you guys on the other side.